Hello there, everyone. My name is Oversoul. This is Oversoul Gaming, and welcome back to Interactive Horror Stories. Now, if you remember the last time we did this, we did Evil Beneath the Ground, and I could hardly compose myself during that one. I will try to maintain my composure in this one. I couldn't help it. It was just... I was in a goofy mood, and it was a goofily written story. But anyways, as you can see, there are two of these left, and I plan on doing both of them this week, one today, and then on Thursday we will do Madness and Infinite Loop. But today we'll be doing Crystal Skull 2. Now I don't know if this is a direct sequel to the first Crystal Skull story, or if it's a new story involving same said skull, but let's find out. This time you are not a king, but a libertine billionaire in the modern age. Historical artifacts are one of your vices. A marvelous crystal skull is brought to your mansion, and the interesting part is you can hear the skull's voice in your mind. You can talk with it. It says that it will bring you joys no mortal can ever reach, but it demands something first. Ooh, what is it demanding? Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Alright, let's do it. You consider yourself a lucky man. You are a European billionaire in his 30s. After the recent death of your father, your mother died a long time ago, you inherited the family manor and company. You are also single and handsome. Yes, you are a lucky son of a bitch. As a libertine, you have indulged in many vices, though those we cannot mention because of censorship. You have never harmed anyone against her will, though. But all these wild experiences couldn't slake your thirst. You want to taste what was not tasted before. Conquer the unconquered. Nowadays, you have a new interest. Historical artifacts. How do you go from that to historical artifacts? That's a bit of a jump. But anyways. Prehistoric vases? No. You don't like boring things. You own Alexander the Great Sword, which he used for cutting the Gordian knot. You didn't obtain it in legal ways, but that doesn't matter to you. And you seek more. Okay, well, I can see black market artifacts. That's probably more up the alley of this guy. Okay. I'm getting the feeling whatever happens to this asshole, he kind of deserves it. I already don't like him. It's a summer night. Your smartwatch shows 1:11. All your 6 servants are asleep in their rooms. That's the way you like it. You don't like being disturbed by their presence at night. You want to be alone at these hours while enjoying your malt whiskey. You are in front of your laptop in your study room, checking social media. Yes, even billionaires do it. With a glass of whiskey and Cuban cigars. You remember that you haven't checked your emails for a while. There are 6 unread emails. 4 of them are business mails. One of them is from your friend Phil, another rich man. You will love this, is the subject of the mail. The last one is from Bill, an artifact smuggler. Crystal Skull, he says in the subject. Before we get to the Crystal Skull, let's read the friend's email about you will love this. The mail consists of a single image. It belongs to a creepy clown with sharp teeth and a hideous smile on his white face. Low-key lighting and the blood that spills from his mouth make the image more disturbing. You have a phobia of clowns, and Phil knows it very well. Ha! Okay, so he was trolling him. Reply with, fuck you. There are 5... Okay, let's check the business mails. These mails are from your employees. They inform you the painkiller medicine that your enterprise produces can't be sold in Sweden anymore. You are too drunk to handle the situation right now. This medicine ban is not such an important loss for your enterprise anyways. You produce and export many other products. Okay, let's read the smuggler's email about the Crystal Skull, because that's what the story is about, after all. I have to show you this, Bill says. The skull is made of pure crystal and nobody knows where it is from. You won't believe its story. He has taken a photo of the skull with his phone. The fluorescent light in his room is weak, but somehow the skull is clearly visible in the photo. Despite the quality of the photo, the skull looks amazing with its shiny material. You have seen enough crystal jewelry to know that Bill isn't showing something fake here. Let me bring it to your place. What will be your response? If I say I'm not interested, though, the story will end. Of course he's gonna bring it. It wouldn't make sense for this guy in his position to say no anyways. Let's wait for the smuggler. So you turn your computer off and start waiting for Bill. 15 minutes later, your phone rings. The melody is Amado Mio by Pink Martini. It shows Bill as the caller. Hello? You pick up your phone and answer the call. Hey, it's me, dude, Bill says on the phone. Looking out the window, you see him standing in the doorway. I didn't want to wake your people up. Open the door for me, will ya? You leave your study room, descend the stairs. Your study room is at the 3rd floor of the mansion, and open the huge wooden door of the mansion. Bill smiles at you. It's nice to see you again. I am sure you'll love what I've got here. He shows you his full khaki sports bag. Let's move on to the study room. You climb up the stairs to your study room as Bill follows you. After you reach there, Bill closes the door of the study room and pulls the artifact from his bag. Bill puts the crystal skull on your desk with a confident smile on his face. Oh God, you have seen many things in your life, but this skull is the prettiest one ever. The skull is made of pure crystal and the details of a human skull is imprinted. It refracts the lights of the room with elegance. Bill is ready to answer your questions. How did you obtain it? I was afraid you asked that, because you won't believe me. Bill says, it is brought to me by a diver who dived in the seashore. He said that he started hearing voices inside his head when he was in the sea. Find me, the voices told him. He swam to the direction of the voices and found a floating bag. It is strange. You'd expect a skull like this should have been sunk, but it was floating, and the rest of the story is even stranger. Oh? After he found the bag with the skull, he continued hearing voices. They gave him my phone number. He told me he would never do anything... He told me he would never do any illegal shit like giving a historical artifact to a smuggler, but he couldn't disobey the voices. And you won't believe me, but when I touched the skull, I began seeing shit. Beautiful shit. I saw myself fucking 2 hot bitches. Can you believe it, dude? Bullshit. I don't expect you to believe me anyway, but you should touch the skull. Come on, touch it! Touch it! Alright, let's do it. You approach the skull and touch it with your bare hand. And the vision starts. Of course. You are something magnificent. Definitely not a human anymore. Something way beyond human. A cosmic entity. You are omniscient. I know I can say that word. Omniscient. I might have a lisp. I'm telling you right now, I might. It's certain things, just the way... Omniscient, whatever. You can see and hear the whole future. No secrets are kept from you. You are inside every mind that exists on Earth. Now you see yourself in the... So, basically, we're Cerebro from the X-Men? The machine that Xavier uses? Anyways, now you see yourself in the form of a human. You are at the top of a hill under the sun. You are not alone. There are millions of people around the hill. They are all naked and on their knees. They chant your name. You know they are yours. And the vision ends. It feels like you hit the ground when you were flying high in the heavens. You find yourself touching the skull and Bill is looking at you with a smile. I told you, he says, that skull is magical. Bill... Okay, so... Who crafted this and when? I have no idea. The skull was found in a bag in the sea. It resembles nothing I've ever sold or heard of. I didn't even know that it was possible to craft a baby like this. Look at it, though. Isn't it wonderful? How much do you want? 1 million pounds. Is that... Yeah, 1 million pounds normally I would sell by auction, but really, I don't want to keep this thing. I feel like I can lose it if I keep it for more than a few hours. You had but much more boring things for higher prices. Well, my guy is kind of an egotistical prick, so of course he's gonna buy it, so let's buy it. Great! Make the money transfer and the skull is yours. There's your £1 million, you greedy bastard. You open your computer once again. Of course you don't use banks for illegal stuff like that. Instead, you open your Bitcoin account. With a few clicks, all the money is sent to the smuggler. It doesn't take long for Bill's phone beep. He looks up to his phone, smiles. It was a good deal, dude. He waves at you while leaving the study room with his empty bag. If you want anything, you know whom to call. Soon, you'll hear Bill's car leaving the mansion. You are now alone in your study room with the skull. Touch it again? Sure, why not? As you touch the skull, something strange happens. All the lights in the room go off, but the crystal starts to shine and emit white light, illuminating the room. You hear a voice. Male or female? You can't figure it out. in your mind. Greetings, mortal. You feel the skull gazes into your soul. I can hear you. Talk to me. Who are you? I have got many names. Zerasil is one of them. Some perceive me as an angel, some as a demon, some as a god. The truth is, there are forces in the universe inconceivable to tiny human mind, and I am one of those forces. For ages I have been worshipped by mankind and the entities unknown to your world. But I am forgotten. I am preparing my return. A god? I don't believe in you. Ha ha ha! I don't need your belief. You are rich but still mortal. I have been worshipped millennia ago, before you were born. I will still exist after your death. Your lifespan is my minute. In fact, I can kill you right now like a worthless insect. Do you want to die? No. The skull waits for your questions. Okay, so... what are you? The question is who, not what. Okay, I got it, okay. Are you stuck in this crystal skull? I see, hear, and know everything. My existence is far beyond this material skull. Okay, so do you know who I am? Yes, I know who you are, like I know everything else. You are a billionaire who is afraid of clowns and hasn't earned his fortune with his hard work. You want to taste all kinds of joy on Earth. I can give you what you want. It was not a coincidence that the diver and Bill brought me to you. Yes, I can give you what you want. What will you give me? You are stuck in a mortal human body. You can be a cosmic entity like me. You will know everything, be ageless, immortal, and worshipped. But I demand something first. And what do you demand? Ancient civilizations always offered me something valuable. They sacrificed human lives for me. I want you to kill someone innocent. How about no? We're gonna go with no on that one, okay? No way. Then I will kill you and find someone else who is not afraid to dirty his hands with blood. I'm not afraid, I just won't kill anybody. Or should I? No, I'm not going to. Suddenly, you fall on the floor, you try to stand up, but you feel that your whole body is paralyzed. And you stand up, but not voluntarily. Something controls your body. It walks to the window of your study room and opens the window. It climbs through it. With horror, you look at the concrete floor 10 meters away from the window pane you are on. And it lets your body fall. You gain control of your body once again while you're in the air, but you can do nothing to prevent the fatal fall. Newspapers will write that the rich billionaire has committed suicide. You know what? I'm gonna do something a little bit different, something that I don't normally do, and I'm gonna go back to, I'm gonna go back to the, to that part, and I'm gonna choose to go ahead and do the sacrifice to see where the story goes from there. So... I'll be right back once I get back to that part. Okay, so here we are at the part again where the skull offers to make me immortal for a sacrifice, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell him I'm going to be interested. Okay. Okay, says the skull. So we're gonna get two endings to this story, because because I kind of had a feeling if I denied his request he was gonna kill me. I just wanted to see where it would go, but that ended too abruptly for my taste, and it was kind of a shitty ending, so I'm gonna get a different ending. So anyways, the skull says, okay, I know someone who you can kill. Nobody cares about the lives of prostitutes. You will find a young girl on the alley that you always buy something. You know what it is. Her name is Nina. She has short red hair, and she is a virgin. This is going to be her first and last night she does her job. Wait, how is she a virgin and a prostitute? Unless she's not going all the way, but anyways. You will recognize her when you see her. You won't need to hide anything after you sacrifice her to me, as you will be above the law of humans. Alright, deal. I know you possess Alexander's sword and keep it in the basement alongside with your wine bottles. I want you to kill Nina with it. Go get to your car. I am waiting. You're waiting? What? You're in the car? So you leave your study room and descend the staircase and go to your garage where you keep your expensive cars. You have a sports car with its distinctive red color and another black car that looks like a vigilante entity with a bat costume would drive. You can choose one of them to bring the prostitute to your mansion. Maybe the black car, since it's more inconspicuous and undercover. So you get in your black car and drive to the alley that you always find your thing we won't name here. Okay. Despite the high horsepower of your car, you drive slowly in order to examine the people on the alley. The alley is almost isolated. You see only a few people. You know that they don't sell legal things. And you see the silhouette of a girl with very short skirt and long legs. Clearly a prostitute. She smokes a cigarette, but she coughs with every breath she takes from it. As you approach her, you see that she has red hair like the skull Crystal Skull described. She notices your car. Wait for her to approach you. She approaches your black car's windows. She looks quite young and naive, and cute, but you are here for something else. Excuse me, sir, she shyly talks to you. I believe that you seek some fun, don't you? Who doesn't? That's good, I can give you what you want for 40 pounds. Get in the car. She gets in your car and sits on the seat next to you. As you start your car, she asks, will you bring me back here after the job is done? I'm not that experienced, to be honest. Sure. Thank you. You're welcome. You are about to arrive at the mansion. What is your name? Oh, come on! I don't want to get all. If I'm gonna have to kill her, I don't want to get to know her. Let's just ride in silence. So you finally arrive at your mansion. You stop the car and get off. As she gets out, she looks at your mansion with awe. Wow, it looks so pretty. It must be wonderful to live here. She follows you as you walk to the mansion and open the door. The sword is in the basement. Let me show you something more interesting. You look like a man with surprises and mystery. I loved it. I wonder how this night will end. Yeah, let's just not say anything, huh? You open the door that leads to the basement stairs. You turn on the lights and descend. As the girl follows you, you walk past the wine casks. I'm sure that you have a good taste of wine, she says. You had hidden Alexander's sword between two casks. Now you find and pull it from the spot you hid it. You stand between her and the basement door so she can't escape from you. Wow, that sword looks antique. Who used to own it? Alexander the Great? Ah, is this the sword he cut the Gordian knot with? I know its story. He became the king because he thought outside of the box. He cut the knot instead of solving it by hand. I always wanted to be someone great like him, but I ended up being a prostitute. So, here's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to turn the story around so that my guy, who is a complete and total asshole who's into shady and illegal things, suddenly gets hit with a spark of conscience and has a change of heart. Now that he's looking his victim face to face, he can't bring himself to do it. He cannot kill her. That's the way I'm going to make it. I wanted it to kind of go like that anyways. I didn't know if, So, this is what they call in movies and games and any story, this is what they call an about-face cliche. When a completely unredeemable asshole suddenly has a change of heart near the end of the story and ultimately sacrifices themselves for the sake of the heroes or something. So, you say, I was going to murder you, but... Because you start... Wait, what? Okay, you say, I was going to murder you, but you can't continue your words because you start to lose control of your body. You fall on the floor, paralyzed. The sword falls with you as you can no longer hold it. Then you feel that something takes over your body. You stand and pick up the sword without your consent. You hold the sword so that its tip is on your belly, the position of the harakiri. Ugh. You stab the sword into your abdomen and fall on your knees. The prostitute screams as you keep pulling and pushing the sword into your body until you fall on the floor. You gain control of your body once again, but it's too late. The stabs are too deep and there is nothing you can do but wait for the death to come. And it comes before she could get any help. The end. I can only imagine the story either has to end with you dying of one of three ways or the prostitute dying in one only way. It's a horror story, so I don't imagine there could be a happy ending. Usually they don't have them. So anyways, that was Crystal Skull number 2. If I had to pick, I would say that it wasn't as good as Crystal Skull number 1, personally. And maybe it's just me, but it kind of feels like the further down the list we go, the shittier the stories start to get. And that might just be me, though, okay? Because taste is subjective and all, but I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of Evil Beneath the Ground, and Crystal Skull number 2 seemed kind of rushed, but hopefully Madness and Infinite Loop will be a good finish to our interactive horror stories here when I do it on Thursday, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, that'll be it for this episode, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you, possibly on another day, definitely at another time, and likely in another video. Okay, goodbye.